We will cover the points from the first and second grammar point in the book, so there will only be one video, alright? So don't get lost. First of all, we'll have a look at can. We use can with bare infinitive. That means no to, no ing, just the verb, to talk about general ability in the present and the future. For example, he can make beautiful things out of stone. Or José Luis can play basketball. For requests, can we go to the concert tonight? And for permission, people can enter this cave and explore it if they like. Or students can go to the toilet when they ask their teacher. We use can't with bare infinitive to show that we are sure that something isn't true. That can't be Jane. Isn't she away on a trip? Now let's have a look at could. It's quite similar to can. We use could with bare infinitive to talk about general ability in the past. So basically it's the past form of can. I could ski when I was only 7 years old. Or I couldn't speak Spanish when I was 7. We also use could to talk about possibility. We could go sailing if the wind went down by tomorrow. We use could for polite requests. Could you please give me that magazine? Or teacher, could you give me a pen? And we also use could to make suggestions. We could go to the cinema. Oh, we could do a listening. Why not? May and might. They're kind of like a brother and sister, so have a good look at them. We use may with bare infinitive. Again, it means no to, no ing. To talk about possibility in the future. I may take up painting as a hobby next month. Or Paulina might start studying French next year. We use may for polite requests, usually with I and we. May we borrow your camera? May I go to the toilet? And we also use may for polite permission. You may ask me any question you like. We use might with bare infinitive, no to, no ing, to talk about possibility in the future. Sue might decide to join a gym soon. And we also use might as the past tense of may. Next on our list is must. We use must with bare infinitive. Yeah, you know what it means. No to, no ing, just a verb. So we use must to say that something is necessary. I must be home at 7 o'clock at the latest. Or I must study for my English exam. We use must to talk about obligations. You must wear a helmet when riding a motorbike in this country. You must be quiet during the exam. We also use must to show that we are sure that something is true. My sister must be nervous about the dance competition. Yeah? You must be bored with this video, but still you'll watch it until the end. Finally, we use must when we recommend something. You really must go and see that play. It was great. We use mustn't with bare infinitive. Yeah, no to, no ing. To talk about something that is not allowed. People mustn't speak on their mobiles when driving. Or students mustn't cheat. during their exams. You see the difference? Okay, and now it's time to have a look at should. We use should with bare infinitive. I'll just tell you one more time that bare infinitive, no to, no ing, just a verb. To give advice. People of all ages should take some exercise every week. All students should study English at least 5 minutes every day. And we also use should for to ask for advice. What should I do about losing weight? Yeah? What advice would you give me to lose weight? Bear in mind that ought to can also be used to give advice, but it is not usually used in the question form. So we can say people of all ages ought to take some exercise every week. Or students ought to study English 5 minutes every day. Ought to and should are almost synonyms. Okay? And the last modal verb for today is would. We use would with bare infinitive, you know what that means, for actions that we did regularly in the past, but that we don't do now. I would always go for a run in the morning before I started work. Or I would always have an ice cream after my English lesson. And we also use would for polite requests. Would you please buy some batteries for my camera? Paulina could ask you, would you please be quiet? I'm sure she's never said that before. Alright, time for the semi-modals. Are not yet. Well, kind of. Needn't is somewhere in between. We use needn't with bare infinitive to say that something is not necessary. We don't use it in affirmative sentences. So, for example, you needn't take photos at the party because my brother is videotaping it. Remember that we can also use need as an ordinary verb. It has affirmative, negative, and question forms, and it is usually used in the present simple and the past simple. It is followed by a full infinitive. Mary needs to find a new hobby. The twins didn't need to walk to the cinema because their mom took them in the car. And did he need to pay to join the chess club? Okay, now I'm sure we're done with semi-modals. Let's have a look. No, we're done with modals. Time for the semi-modals. Sorry. So, semi-modals are called semi because they usually have this beautiful to. We'll start with be able to. We use be able to talk about ability. I will be able to play the guitar tonight. And a specific ability in the past. She wasn't able to practice the new dance at the weekend. Have a good look. You cannot use could here. When we talk about a specific ability in the past, only was, were able to is available, okay, or possible. Now we've got have to. We use have to say that something is necessary. You have to rehearse your part in the play every day. Or you have to do your homework. We also use it to talk about obligation. We have to have some training before we can go parachuting. Every student in this class has to watch this video. Alright? I hope you don't have any questions, but it's a lot of information. If you find it not clear, it's a good idea to re-watch this video once again. Alright? And the last on our list for today is mustn't and don't have to. There is an important difference between mustn't and don't have to. We've already mentioned mustn't. We use mustn't to say that something is not allowed, whereas we use don't have to show that there is no obligation or necessity. For example, in basketball, players mustn't kick the ball. You don't have to play basketball with us this afternoon, if you don't want to. Yeah, I've said it before. Students mustn't cheat during their English exams, and you don't have to come to every Friday tutorial. If you come to every other tutorial, it will also be okay. I hope you can see the difference, but if not, feel free to ask your teacher. Alright? And now it's time for exercise A from page 99. Read the example sentences carefully. What do the modal verb in bold in each group have in common? Have a look. Think about it. If you want to pause the video now. So, you're not going to work with a partner, but on your own. Try to complete the meanings of each group of the modal verbs with the words here with the dots, okay? So here we've got 3 groups, and I need you to match them with either group 1, group 2, or group 3. Alright? If you want to do it now, pause the video. I'll show you answers in a few seconds. And here are the answers. Group 1 represents modal verbs which refer to possibility and certainty. In group 2, modal verbs are used to talk about ability. And in group 3, modal verbs refer to advice and suggestions. Now it's time to have a look at the exercises from page 101. Now the question is similar as the previous one. What do the modal verbs in bold in each group have in common? Think about it for a few seconds. If you need to, pause the video. Alright? And I'm sure you have similar ideas, but just in case you're not sure, these are the options. You can decide whether these modal verbs talk about lack of obligation or necessity, necessity, obligation, and prohibition, or permission and request. So once again, take a few seconds to do this task. Pause the video now. The answers will come soon. And here are the answers. Group 1, modal verbs. The modal verbs refer to permission and request. In group 2, the modal verbs refer to necessity, obligation, and prohibition. And finally, the verbs from group 3 refer to lack of obligation or necessity. We'll practice more in class. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, come and ask your teacher. You can also have a look at the grammar reference pages in your books on pages 168 and 169. This is the information I've used to create this video. And I've also used the information from the student's book, pages 99 and 101, from Close Up B1 2nd edition by Cengage Learning. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in class.